Hey, hey y'all, Scott with Notellum back at the creek. Trying to get back in the swing of things. We got back from Florida Monday and uh, just spent the past week kind of babysitting Dink. And that's where I've been. Hey Susanna, hey Crash, how you doing? Yeah, we lost Dink yesterday. So we dug down here before. We dug all around here. Honey holes way down there. We dug that. We dug this. I'll probably just poke around. We're not going to be here too long today. Probably till 1, 2 o'clock. And probably just going to pan today. But I do have the crawfish feeder if we hit something good. I'll probably start poking around here and test panning. Yeah, sorry. It's alright, Crash. I appreciate it. Just feels weird not having any dog. It's the first time I've had no pets in my life, really. So, and I don't think it will be anymore as I got some health issues. So I don't want to. Probably going to work around that boulder right there to get started with, y'all. What do you think? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, it's this whole section of your brain. I keep thinking about, I gotta get home and feed the dog. Well, no, I don't have to do that. Stuff like that. DOG was the worst. He went last year. So when DOG went, that was really the worst. So I'll get over it. And damn, I still got dirt in here from last week or whenever. I don't even know what's in that dirt. Let's put that in the pan and see what's in it. This is probably from the other creek last week. Probably about like the 5 specks that I found all last week. Well, this doesn't count. We're just gotta get that bucket clean. Tugging these son of here. Probably a few in here. Alright, this is gold from, I guess, from the other creek last week. Dirt that was in my bucket. This doesn't count for today's. We're still skunked for today, but this is last week. We never took home. Maybe the last day we went out, I guess it was Thursday or Friday before I went to Florida. It was a pitiful day, I know. Alright, we'll throw that in the big bucket. Remind me it's in there. I'll start using the big bucket for a working bucket, then I'll be like dumping out the speckled gold. Alright, now let's get on the skunk. Clean time. Hold on, I got a text from Mom. I gotta check to see what it is. She's taking her driver's test. She's 83 years old. Ah, she passed. She passed her test. So she can still drive. Wow, y'all are still zoomed in, aren't you? Alrighty, let's start digging. 171 people. Hey, everybody. Where am I going to classify in cans? Like over there? We may dig there later. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get on the skunk and then we can get the camera situated and get to work. Here. I'm probably going to want to dig here, but We got one of those stuck. Not enough to do a see anything. Stuck. We got a couple. One stuck. That's not enough fish. Get more the same run stuck. Hopefully not another pitiful day today. This area has been worked pretty hard, y'all. Let's see. Right above this pile of dirt right here. One singular speck. Maybe got some micro with him. Okay, unskunked, but let's just get some more. I don't really have too much faith in this boulder. I think I was the one that maybe yanked it out. But we got a lot of rain and a lot of flooding going on here. Too sandy. All sand. almost a week. So this one doesn't give me a decent pan. I'll be working the bank behind that boulder. Work that hole in a little waterfall. How about some yellow jackets? It was ugly, but we get caught out of. We got ourselves a quarterback though, man. That kid's gonna be good. Oh, mosquitoes. I'm gonna have to spray. Oh, good enough. I gotta get the mosquito spray. Let's see what we got. I think we got color. Weird stuff is happening. Yeah, we got color. Alright, now we're unskunked officially. What is the good pan? Well, pretty decent pan. Okay, I'll be digging on that boulder a little bit more. Just to see. Yeah, it's a really good pan. I'm stoked. I'm definitely digging some more on that spot. Okay. Good enough to show. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 decent pieces. So it's not fantastic pan, but 6 decent pieces pan. 1, 2, there they go. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Where's number 6? Oh, there's 1 there, down there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I'm not crazy, y'all. So we're officially in a skunk now. That's not like a crazy, crazy smoking hot. That's not like big, huge chunks, but it's enough to where I'm gonna scoot behind that boulder some more and see if deeper gets better. Give y'all a right before I leave you. Hey Dorsey, hey Mandy, hey Jackson, hey Karen. Let's pan this out. Very little black thing. Too long it was swimming. Couple of nice chunks. Not bad. Well, that's enough to keep me digging there. Just barely enough. That's a pretty nice piece right there. And a couple more. About the same as the last pan, really, but I'm too lazy to get it all up on the wall. So, yeah, we'll keep on digging there. Let me see if I can get the camera in a situation where y'all don't have to, I don't have to tilt you every time. That tree blocking us. Oh, dang it. Ain't gonna work, but yeah, I got close view of the dig. And I can move you after I get done digging. We could figure that out. At that point, maybe it's time to it. Really, if you could kind of be behind where the shovel handle is, maybe you could see up the bank and see everything. Probably one that you guys here, swinging in and swinging that way. That way you stay in the shade here for a little while, until about noon. And about noon we'll have a problem. So I'm digging out the shadow behind the rock. But it's all sand. If I get in some clay back here, then I'll start hooting and hollering. Now, I may go around here and take a little pan down in this material down in here. This just keeps getting just a little bit bigger each pan. Oh no, I just lost that whole shovel. Well, sand needs the pans pretty quick. Yeah, I'm gonna set you guys where I was talking about. Up here. And as I walk by, I walk by, I swing over this way. As I bust my ass. Alright, that'll work. Oh shit, maybe enough up. do a good painting. And these rocks are not behaving. That's why I keep swirling around and going up. The big rocks are like way over here, way over here. Sunlight will see. Oh, I didn't do mosquito spray, that's what it is. That's why I'm so uncomfortable. They're biting the crap on me. Come on, sunlight, cooperate. Can't find a good test for light. All light or no light? No, there's no light. No micro. Looks like I'm going to be digging around that side now. The skunk pan. It's our first skunker. I'll tap through one more time. So I'll start digging around the other side. I'll get a big old hole, then I'll roll the whole rock into it. That's what Scotland keeps telling me to do. Good God, I gotta get the bug spray. Seriously, y'all. Do this real quick. So there's one little mucker up there. Like that's it. See, I'm keeping from getting out. I see that single mucker. Up. Maybe he come back. Oh, there's like 3 little muckers. Right. So, I don't think I'm gonna waste too much time digging that hole much more. See if I can even get these to show you guys. They're super tiny. Right there. There's one. Come on, focus, sweetie. I gotta go back a little bit. Yeah. There's 3 of them suckers right up in here. 1, 2, and 3 somewhere in there. They ain't worth really talking about. They're so small. Alright. So I'm kind of going to stick the same area, but I'm going to dig around the rock this way. All this stuff. Let's see if it gets any better. Any worse? Keep leaving my flash fire. Y'all already saw me. I was removing rocks while I get ready to do this. And I'll work my way around here. You might start getting in the clay now off the bank. Oh. Not organic. Hey, you got a little bit of clay right there. Just a little bit in the sand. See if I can get a little scoop of that, just a scrape of it. Now, just down a little bit. Next pan. Alright. Let's go over here and pan this sucker. Ooh, y'all are in the sun. I gotta go right over here. Y'all are too tall. Let's see if we can give out some wrenches real quick while I take a short little break. Catch my breath. What's up, CM? I'm gonna go to switch the chat filter back and forth. That helps me keep up with the chat because the chat seems to not scroll for me. I'll go back, see if there's any gray names. Chasing cheddar, you need some. Needing a wrench. There's some that. You need a wrench there. Chasing, we got you. Anybody else on the wrench? Come on down to chat. We'll try to get you taken care of. If we don't get you today, we'll get you when we watch the stream later. Alright, let's see what's in this one. I have higher hopes for this than the other group. Yeah, not a very good time. Couple chunks bigger than before. Let's see. Then pound dirt, so kind of mixed in. Couple decent chunks. Not a whole big count, but that chunk's pretty good. There's another one kind of underneath him. I didn't quite get him out of the sand that good. But getting a little bit bigger. I didn't really get good shovelfuls, so we'll work on getting better shovelfuls on this one. See if we can get a whole pan full of chunks, like about 10 of those. I bet you that. Okay, piece of clay. Yeah, I think that. Probably some hole on it. Probably not. Oh, yeah, very good. That is overkill. We get some big rocks out, we got room. Oh, knees on the top. Trying to get that pop all morning. Well, I was gonna say it's a skunker, but then as I look, 1, 2, 3, hold on. Let me get him up. Very small. Wonder how much down in the sand. Real fine micro. I didn't even see those. I was gonna say that was skunk, but it's far from it. But it's super fine micro. A bunch of little ones. Like I said, I could barely see them. They caught my eye just as I was pulling away. They were all scattered down here. Huh? That one fooled me. But still not an awesome pan. Not the pan I'm looking for. But I'll take it. I'm not complaining. I'm just hoping for better next time. So I'll just keep digging. I imagine it'll come when I roll it. I roll it and get all this stuff back here and move it right under it. Interesting. big old rock. The shovel broken. See if we can get some better on this one. Twice as profitable. Alright. I need deeper water. Okay. That's some micros. Another situation like last time, I think. Oh, that's a nice chunk right there. You can fill it on. Okay. We got more than just micros at least. Trying to get this shine and get it. There we go. There's a big piece. There's these rocks out of here. Couple big pieces. No wire pieces. Wire. Maybe on the something here though. Maybe get the crawfish here off of this stuff. Alright. Some days improved immensely. I'm not even gonna pull the rest of the sand away. Alright. Yeah, see that without zooming. Don't worry, I'm not zooming. Alrighty. So there's a few specks down in the sand that still haven't popped up. I'm just too lazy. That chunk right there, no, that's all looking good. So I'd say that's a good pan, y'all. Alright, we'll keep working that for sure. It's on. Yeah. Have a couple more like that, and I'll just turn myself loose and dig a bucket and run it through the crawfish feeder. I'd say most of that gold's probably coming from in here rather than over here. But the holes get deep right here. I have not used the damn mosquito spray. I gotta get that. Ah, crap. I don't know where the new stuff's at. Might be in the backpack. I don't know. Shit. This is almost done. I don't know what happened to that other boat stuff. One problem with that boat carrier there is it melts with these plastic things. Glasses, earbuds. Alright. Ooh, slippery now. really not a lot of material. It's just all a bunch of rock. See if I can get most of them out. Don't see a hole. Big one. Yeah, that was all rock. Let me show you another super field in. This is the exact spot last year I dug 2 buckets of the gold cube I got. That's a lot of gold. I'm gonna put it on. I think it's a spider web. One of Yin's hairs. Meet you over at the painting spot, hoping for more chunks. Yeah, definitely does. You know how it goes, Dorothy. Some days are better than others. Some pans are better than others. Now this pan has got big old chunks like the last pan, I think. I may just fill up that orange bucket with material. And we'll run it through a feeder. I gotta set up a feeder somewhere. I only got a small one. That's how big rocks get in the pan. start to fill up my painting again. Just playing here. Feel the clay up in here. It's that sticky, it's not releasing the gold yet. And that fine micro. Come on, Chunk. You come up here like when we get them. It's another nothing pan. We're going to have to go looking and see if we got some micros. See, the damn goals are so fickle. One little itty bitty micro. I was just about to say this is a skunk, though. So we go from this to some nice chunkies and then back to this again. I don't know what to think. One little speck. That's all I can find out of that guy. Alright. Y'all are sitting in the sun, so we gotta move you guys. Come over here with a classifier. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I'll come right here and y'all can see everything. I ain't gotta touch the camera. Yeah, I should get everything. What's up, Joker? Oh. Maybe that gold did come from under there. They're going right back here just to see if that's the case. Maybe another super can, but you don't know unless you pick it up. See how that way comes Alright, I may be a little bit under here because the water's starting to get shallow. I need to scoop out some of my tailing. Now I get to turn here with it. Go. I got a bunch of clay. More clay. I think that's the same problem we had when we found our chunk. Clay. Yeah. Oh, Lord, I'm nursing my back. I get back in shape, take a week off, and it's been more like my usual amount. Too much. Get some of that dirty water out. Good enough. Good enough. Something's up with these glasses. Oh, there's a piece. We got back into some color at least. We're not skunk. Oh yeah, that's a good pan. Yeah, I think that one pan where we got skunked, I dug more up towards the bank, and I needed to hang around that boulder. Yeah, working close to that boulder, and I get that. That's a pretty good pan, yeah. I can live with that one. Yeah. So I guess my boulder's holding the gold because the bank was the one where I got skunked. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to have to dig an extra pan just to test that theory. Don't make me break out the leather. You good, son? Like bedrock, maybe. Alright, son. What time is it? 12:40. Not another hour, dude. Let me go through the con and see what we go through go through the con and see what we got. Maybe we even pour that dirt from last weekend. Got a rock in my shoe. This might be. That bedrock clay ball. Gosh, it's a little piece of decomposing bedrock. It'll crush. There ain't no gold in it. So it's sitting on top of it, maybe. Another piece. Another chunk of that. Kind of reminds me of hash. No, dry kind of old dried out hash. It smells like hash, but it feels like it. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna make you in some chicken fingers and gravy. Get home. All right. I got high hopes since we got a little yabby pump in there. Maybe it sucked up some of the micro stuff that just. color count. I may have been too aggressive there at the end there, trying to tap it sideways, but still not bad. I'll leave it right there. Not a horrible pan, not as quite as good as the last couple ones, but it's still good. It's all good. Alright. I'm gonna keep going because it's getting late in the day. I don't know how many times Jen has already been down to see me. Y'all know more than I do. I can't hear nothing with these earphones on. I'm gonna bring it back up here. Be a pain in the butt. Let's see what we get on this before I flip. I'm gonna flip that rock this way. I'll flip it that way and then dig some more material. And that'll probably be the rest of it. That'll probably be it for the day. So let's change through this and see what we get first before we start doing that. Be like flipping a tractor tire. Oh yeah, yeah. Something was good. We gotta hurry up.
Thank you.
You ever find anything? You ever find anything?
Huh?
Oh,
Hey, how's it going?
good.
Got a little bit.
Nice little hobby.
Yeah, it's like fishing. About,
Yeah,
about the same. You doing good exercise for sure.
yeah, I'll bet.
Mm-hmm.
You go right down to the bedrock?
Sometimes I'll make it to bedrock. Like today, I'm not. I don't think I'm. What I'm doing today is working around this big boulder here. I've worked behind it and to the side of it, and then I'm getting ready to flip it over, and then I'll work whatever it's sitting on top of, and then I'll probably be done for the day after that.
So how do you know where to look?
It's kind of you start out with some basic areas, and you take test pans, just small little pans, and until you start finding like one little speck. First, you got to kind of know that you're in a gold bearing area or gold bearing creek, and this
Yeah.
is there's a bunch of gold mines around here, and and so basically when the water's it's all water pressure, and when I think about it in terms of the flood. So when I look at the creek, I'm trying to envision it being filled up to the rim, to the absolute rim, and then when that's the case, when there's that much water in it, because this creek will flood way outside the banks. Um, when that's the case, though, there's so much water pressure that even that will get pushed on down, and so what happens is uh, the gold will get picked up with the water pressure, and wherever that water pressure kind of eases off, say if the creek narrows down, the pressure increases, and then when it starts to widen back out, the pressure starts to decrease, and then uh, gold will start to drop off there, and it'll drop off on the inside. Uh, when it comes around a turn, when the water comes around a turn, all the pressure is pushing on the outside bank, and the inside bank has the low pressure, kind of like an airplane wing. On the underside is the low pressure.
So that would be the low pressure side.
Yeah, and the low pressure, or behind a big rock. So the rock creates a big low pressure zone behind it. So wherever the water pressure gets reduced, the gold will sink because the gold is the heaviest thing in the creek, um, by a factor of at least three on the next heaviest thing. Um, but there's a caveat to that. The tiny flower gold is so minute, and so there's no mass to it really, that it has a hard time sinking through, uh, like the sand kind of interlocks itself,
Yeah.
and so you really got to stratify to get kind of hoping for chunks that are about salt size. To me,
So how do they not go through the filter there?
that's what that screen is to filter off all the bigger rocks. And that one in particular is a 3/8 inch screen. We'll use a 1/2 inch. My favorite is a 1/4 inch, but that's medium. So any rock that's bigger than 3/8 inch, I'll.
So the gold will go through it if it's there.
Oh yeah, the gold will sink through it. And
to where? Where do you let it drop into?
Into my gold pan here.
Oh, so that's even thinner.
Yeah, it's it's called a super sluice. It's just the name of. There's many different styles of gold pan, but this one's full right now. But yeah, and what I'll do is I'll work this. You can watch me do it if you want.
Yeah, that's interesting. So nothing goes through that.
Yeah. So what the case? Yeah, what I try to do is I'll get it all liquefied and get everything floating around as best I can, kind of like a snow globe, you know. And when that's the case, the gold will sink because gold is 19 times more dense than water. And I think the next heaviest material in here is like only 9 times more dense than water.
So any gold in that will sink to the bottom of that pan you're holding?
Yeah, it should be. And like I said, there's a caveat to that. When you get the really fine gold, you have a hard time getting the really fine gold to stay in the pan.
Yeah.
Because you'll see when I'm doing the panning motion. That's why I'm so adamant. The people that watch me on YouTube will say he stratifies too much, but I do it because our gold here is so small that I've got to get it to sink all the way down, and it takes a while. So.
So you're filming this while you do it?
Yeah, I do a YouTube channel. Yeah,
wow.
I started doing that. It's mainly an accountability tool. If I didn't have the camera, then I'd have all kinds of excuses why not to come out and dig or shortcuts. I'd be taking shortcuts. Like,
what's your YouTube name?
It's Bent Fork Prospecting.
Bent
Fork Prospecting.
Bent Fork Prospecting.
Yeah, cool. I used to make spoon rings, so I had my business is Bent Fork Factory, and so yeah, I'll show you how it works. Basically, I had my material in here like that. I shoveled it in and then filtered it all down. Everything smaller than 3/8 inch. And, so it's a matter of shaking it up. And this part, the stratifying and the classifying, is the part that's the real workout. Digging is not too hard, and painting is not too hard, but doing that motion constantly is hard. So now what that does is all the bigger rocks the smaller stuff will settle through, the smaller and heavier stuff will settle down, and the bigger rocks will be sitting on top. And I wash those off first. And it looks like I got all of them, but when I shake again, more will come up. And it's kind of like there's from my perspective, what I'm seeing it kind of boil, like boiling water. So I'm seeing the rocks boil, and when I get that, then I say, okay, I'm getting it good, and then I can kind of slow down and control where I want it to stop, and then I go to wash it. And it's just really a repeat the process. And it's taking me a while to get. It used to take me about an hour to get through a pan. It still takes me longer than it should, but I'm getting a little better. And I'll do it on the next one. I'll be able to show you better. So the pan has these ripples built into it, and then as I shake it down, this bottom corner is the deepest point when I get this angle, and so that's really what I'm dealing with, trying to keep the gold to sit in the deepest part, and then just wash everything off the top. That's the whole process. And my water's getting shallow. When I get down to about a cup of material or so, then I tip it back and see if there's anything in there.
So is there a pocket it drops into?
Um, you mean in the pan or in the creek?
In the pan.
Not really. There's these two riffles. You'll see once I get it, and I'll bring it up, and you'll see it a little better. The riffles are kind of a 90-degree cut in the pan, so anything sliding will kind of hit this 90 degree. So when you're tilted at 45 degrees, it's kind of the riffle is almost a vertical wall against the gold getting out. And yeah, some people use the riffles as a means to keep the gold in the pan, and I tend to not really rely on the riffles to keep the gold in the pan, and a lot of times they kind of get in my way towards the end, but I should have been way done with it, but I'm almost to the good part here. The last bit can kind of get tedious because I kind of get anal about the blonde sand that's in there. And I really don't have to be so concerned about it, but I try to get all the blonde sand out that I can. I don't know why. Hopefully there'll be some in this pan. The last pan was pretty good.
And then what do you do? Just take it and put it in a jar and keep it?
Yeah. Basically, once I find it in this pan, I'll show it to everybody on YouTube, and then I'll just pour it in this bucket, and I'll take this bucket home and I'll run it through a sluice and get it all cleaned out really good. And my goal, I'm just saving it. When I pass away, my wife, my spouse, will get it, and she'll have that instead of ashes. I'd rather her have a little pile of gold than some ashes. So right now I've got about a little bit over 10 grams.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Now what's that equal to?
That's ounces. A troy ounce is 29 grams.
29. So you got almost a third.
So I'm almost halfway to ounce. And at today's prices, it's over $1,000.
Now is that 24 karat?
Yeah, Georgia gold is between 22 and 24 karat. There's some creeks, like in Dahlonega, where the mines use mercury, and so those creeks have got a lot of mercury in them, and so you'll find not only gold, but you'll find mercury, and when you get the mercury in with your snuffer bottle, mercury is attracted to gold, and it just kind of covers up your gold, and you just got this blob of mercury amalgam. And to get the gold out of that, you can heat it off. You can use a retort to save the mercury. or you could just heat it up and do it. Just hold your breath now. But I don't like going to that creek because the gold there is just really small, and yeah, the drive out there is really tough on my vehicle, and so here we're gonna show this guy. So I'm gonna turn the camera over here while we go. Oh, do I still got you zoomed in? Sorry, Dorothy. Thanks for calling. I don't know how long you were muted, but it might have been a good thing because I was talking to that dude, telling him all kinds of secrets you guys don't need to know. No. Anyways, you got to be an ambassador. Sorry, y'all. That was Dorothy calling me. Let me know that y'all were muted. I hope you all weren't muted too long. So met a guy named Everett and showed Pango a little bit. He was found it interesting. So we got time to do like one, maybe two more pans, and then go through the cons before Yang comes down here and yanks me off the creek. I'm gonna flip that rock, and we're gonna see what we can get under that. And if not, we come back tomorrow and flip it back the other way. Might be more like slide that rock. A big old hole. Oh, use the drill hole. Face keeps sliding. She's sliding. She's not. how we started. That is not good. Can't get a good scoop. Can't get a good scoop. That's it for the digging. like it might rain. Last dug pan today. I think we just put that gold that was in the other dirt. We had about 5 stacks of gold that was in the dirt in the bucket before we got to the creek today. Probably left over from our last outing at the other creek last week before we went to Florida. I didn't get it processed. So we put it all together. I imagine we had our average. I bet on average we're probably about 0.05 maybe today. Probably about our average. See anything in this? One little snack. Yeah, we'll get through our comments. Got 2, about 4. We got about 4. Super duper tiny little fleeps. Super tiny. 1, 2, 3, and 4 right there beside over there. Really big. Alright, let's go through our cons. See what we got. That's not gonna be totally horrible day. Let's see, I'm gonna use the gold truck to do the cons. Let's see. Oh, you bet.
Now, yeah. What does that white tool do?
This is called a yabby pump. It's not necessarily kosher here in Georgia, but if it came down to arguing in court with the judge, I would say it's a shovel. It's also known as a hand dredge. Basically, it's I made it myself. It's a plumber's plug in there, and I can adjust it, kind of get the tension, but it sucks stuff up, sucks material up, so the bottom of your hole. Um,
So Georgia frowns on that?
yeah, Georgia's pan and shovel only, and so they would say that they would call this a dredge, but to me, a dredge has got a motorized gas-powered pump, and so what I call this a suction shovel, because it's the same motion of shoveling. I'm going down, I'm coming up, I'm going down. So if it ever came down to arguing in court with the judge, that's what I say, Judge, it's the same motion as shoveling. I'm going down. I'm not. It's not motorized, and I'm not.
Oh God, unbelievable, huh?
But yeah, Georgia's laws are actually pretty strict.
Yeah.
But this section from the baseball park to the power lines is considered private land owned by, I think, Bridgeville. I think the neighborhood lays claim to it. So once I cross the power lines, once I go across there, you'll see the red blazes on the trees.
The bridge?
No, just that section where these power lines come down right behind us.
Yeah.
Once I go across that open section right there, you'll see the red blazes on the trees. That's the Corps of Engineer land. And once I'm on Corps of Engineer land, then I'm really subject to really strict rules. But right now I'm on private land belonging to Bridgeville, and Bridgeville doesn't seem to have any objections. But if they did, they could run me off and say,
2 weeks ago, down by the bridge,
mm-hmm.
I saw 3 or 4 guys working.
Oh yeah, that's a good spot. Yeah,
but that's too far, right?
No, that's too far to run like a sluice.
No, I mean like, are they past the red lines on the trees that far down?
No, you can dig back there, but you can only do pan and shovel only. You can't run any other equipment.
Gotcha.
So that's what I'll run. I'll use this thing up until the power lines, but once I go across the power lines, I won't use it anymore.
Got it. All right, you take care.
All right, you too. Good meeting you, Everett.
You
See you, Lala.
Bye.
All right, this Kenner comes up. Right there. Do it right here. I'll do it right here because I got these tailings. I take my super sluice, kind of wedge it in the tailings, kind of like the tailings kind of keep it sucked down. So if it was muted when Everett came by earlier, a couple days ago, I was curious about how I went. I don't know if that's when you got muted or you got muted before that. But thank you, Dorothy, for calling. This is my safety pin. Dave. I really need to bring that little 10-inch, I guess, for doing this. Or the pro line. I think you can. Good amount of black sand. That's so sticky. Let's see what we got for today. We got a lot of material in the pan. Or too much. Start to come out. I'm trying to get it all in a smile and get all this one piece here. Just don't want to be here. Start getting floaters here if I mess with it too much more. That's it. That's the whole day. Not bad. Not horrible. No, not 0.05. Maybe 0.02. But still, it feeds the addiction enough. I have to see some fresh gold every day or so. Well, I'm just like Jones. So that's the whole day, y'all. Couple decent chunks. A lot of flea poop. Probably a little bit more in the sand because I wasn't totally careful. But, yeah. Well, I'd probably blow Emmanuel away. He was freaked out over just about 5 specks. Anyways, that's the day. I'm going to go ahead and add all the dirt. This dirt. I think it was last Thursday or last Friday before we went to Florida. And we run all this dirt through the boss buddy. See if we can get some more out of there than that. There's about 5 colors in this bucket. Alright, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You guys want to hang out and wait for Yin with me while I pack up? We did have a crawfish shooter, we just didn't use it today. Not any great gold. We'll be back tomorrow, maybe. I'm not sure what the plans are for the weekend. Sunday, I know, is an off day. So, but tomorrow, I'm not sure. I'll have to just get back into it slowly. Don't see you in. So I guess I'm gonna sign off, y'all. There ain't no sense in keeping y'all here. I'm packing up. I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Go visit my friend Alaskan Assassin Adventures, and some of my other friends, Wrenches Repairs and Prospecting, Curmudgeon in Alaska, JP's Lawns and More, Benzo Gold. I think Benzo's changed his name though to, I don't know, I forget the name of it. He's got a couple channels. Go on my page, go on about. There's a bunch of links in the about. There's some more links on the page itself. And I think there's some featured members and featured subscribers. And be on the lookout for a stream sometime in the next day or two. I'm going to pop in and just run a stream and do a giveaway. I get 10 free memberships to give away every month. And so I'll do that here at the as close to the beginning of the month as I can get. And members, I got one more Alaskan Assassin Adventure pan. We're going to do a giveaway for that probably next week. And then we've got more items for giveaways. I think we'll start doing the giveaways more on a bi-weekly or possibly even a monthly basis. Because the prizes are getting bigger and more expensive. So, all right, thanks everybody for coming. I'll try to be back tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it or not, but we should be able to get into the swing of everything by next week. So thanks everybody, and I will catch you later.